United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, consent agenda. I do have one change. The June 3rd minutes. Extending the Fair Board to July 15th. I was a no vote. Can you change that for me?
Yes.
Okay, other than that, is there anything else on the consent agenda?
Mr. Chairman, with that correction to the minutes, I would move to approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Motion carried. Brings us to the public comment. This is the place in the agenda. If you're not on the agenda, you can make comments. I don't see anyone. Planning and zoning.
Good morning, Michelle Haugen with County Planning. First item I have today is LU-0032-25, which is Beth Innes, who is requesting two variances for a newly created lot that is currently within the rural residential zoning district. This is located in lots 15 and 16 of A&F First Subdivision, which is Section 9, Township 155 North, Range 100 West, Farron Township, and they have recommended approval for this item. The applicant is requesting a re-subdivision of her two lots within A&F First Subdivision. Her lots are approximately 10 acres total and within the rural residential zoning district. The new lots will be approximately 8.45 acres and 1.58 acres. The larger lot meets the minimum required acreage for the rural residential zoning district, while the applicant is requesting the variance for the smaller lot to also remain in that rural residential zoning district. In December of 2024, the applicant was approved for a conditional use permit to allow for a second home on the property. Since that time, in order to secure financing for the second home, they are being required to have that home on its own parcel. With the way the lots are being re-subdivided and the layout of her land, they are also requesting a variance from the 50-foot building setback from the designated public road easement. Access to the property is through an existing access off of 133rd Avenue Northwest, which is also known as County Road 9. This is currently going through the re-subdivision review process, and recordation of the plat will be contingent on the review process. When the Planning and Zoning Board heard this item on June 17th, they did recommend approval 5-0.
Does the applicant have anything to add? See, I didn't even ask, is the applicant present? I knew it. Okay, is there any questions or what are the wishes?
Make a motion to approve and to follow planning and zoning's recommendations.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, so the second item I have today is SP-0026-25. Richard Hubner, being the trustee of the Richard Hubner Revocable Trust, Roger Hubner, Ronald Hubner, and Rosemary Berg are requesting a 3-lot minor subdivision within the rural residential zoning district. This is located in the northwest southeast of Section 4, Township 154 North, Range 100 West, which is Stony Creek Township. The township on this has recommended denial. The applicants are requesting a minor subdivision, which would create 3 lots. The parent parcel is approximately 22 acres and within that rural residential zoning district. The newly created lots would be 5.53 acres, 8.12 acres, and 8.10 acres. All 3 lots meet the minimum required acreage for the rural residential zoning district. The smallest lot of this minor subdivision is limited to its current size because of 153rd Lane Northwest, which separates it from the rest of the parcel. Minor subdivisions of this nature are normally completed administratively. However, due to the township's denial recommendation, Director Cameron Heimer is subjecting the application to a public hearing process following Chapter 4-5 3.6 of the Williams County Zoning Ordinance and Subdivision Regulations. Access to the subject property is taken off of 53rd Lane Northwest. The minor subdivision is currently going through the review process with the appropriate county departments. The lots will be known as MS 25-0026, 0027, and 0028. Recordation of the plat will be contingent on the approval. On June 17th, the Planning and Zoning Commission heard this item and did recommend approval 5-0.
Okay, any questions?
Do we know the reason why the township denied it?
They have an unwritten rule of 10 acres.
Thank you.
They did kind of write some little explanations on the township sheet if you go down a little further.
Mr. Chairman, I'd move to approve SP-0026-25.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved in second. Any discussion? Discussion? Roll call.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, community engagement. Should we play some music? You got a little walk-up song?
I mean, I can start yelling, but we have one builder assistance application today. It's for Denali Building Group. It's the same group that was approved the last meeting. This is their next 8 houses that they are working on. One thing to note here, they did request additional funding for excavation, just where this is a learning experience for all of us in terms of what is eligible to apply for. And also, I do have a typo on my cover sheet. Their total amount requested was $43,200. I mistakenly put $43,000 as the recommendation. They did recommend the full amount. I didn't mean to exclude $200 there. And just before today, as of right now, there is about 1.25 million that's remaining from that funding that's been allocated to the previous folks who have been approved. So happy to answer any questions you may have. Otherwise, just seeking approval of their application and authorization for chairman to sign.
Any questions for Lindsay?
You seen a lot of good activity and people calling and asking about the program?
Yeah, still receiving quite a bit of interest. Met with some folks again last week just to go through the application process and contents of it. I know I've certainly heard from the city of Williston that they have had many building permit applications issued, as well as interest in applying for more. So that we do expect this to be a pretty busy summer.
Fantastic.
I want to thank Steve Kemp and Lindsay Harriman for the work on this. And speaking with the mayor, he is pretty excited about how things are moving ahead and proceeding with this as well. So thank you.
Great, thanks.
Make a motion to approve the permit or the applications as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Discussion? Roll call.
does that include authorization for the chairman to sign?
Yes, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we miss any department heads? Anyone? No? Okay, I guess it's you, Helen. I don't mean to sound like I was let down that it was Helen. It was just that we're already to you, Helen. That's what that's how it should have.
We're just kind of curious, Helen, are you bringing one item or two?
I have an extra thing. So I have two.
And I said just one.
All right, I have a position report for us here today. An adolescent care attendant at the Adolescent Care Center and a corrections deputy at the sheriff's office. If I could get permission to fill those two positions.
I would move to fill those positions.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Chris?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Motion carried.
We also have on the back an appointment to the County Planning and Zoning Commission, and we got clarification from legal that even though the city commission is obligated to appoint two commissioners, so they have to be seated commissioners, to the County Planning and Zoning Board, this board has to affirm that appointment. And so it is merely procedural. James Burvig has been serving on the city commission, in one of the city commission's two seats, and they've appointed Tori Simanowski as the other person. And so I do need you all to affirm that appointment. This is, of course, all driven by Century Code, and population is what drives the number of people on a planning and zoning board and the makeup of that board.
I would move to affirm and ratify Tori Simanowski and James Burvig for that position, those positions on our planning and zoning.
Is there a second?
Second.
And I guess I'll just note that there is not a term. They're called coterminous. And so as long as the city wants her in that role or James in that role, then they're there. As long as there's appointed commissioners.
Is there any other discussion? No discussion? Roll call.
Barry?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Motion carried.
You may have all gotten correspondence of some sort from the North Dakota Association of Counties. They have a program in which the folks on the board for the Association of Counties and the folks on the board for the North Dakota County Commissioners Association travel around to the 53 counties. They divide them up to, I think, 3 or 4 years. They cycle through visiting, gets those folks who are serving in leadership roles out into various parts of the states to counties. So Williams County's on the cycle for 2025, and we received correspondence that on Thursday, July 31st, they will be here in town. We'll take care of getting it organized for you all. The last time that they were here, we invited department heads, some of which we're able to. It's the middle of summer and people have other things going on. This cannot be someone's highest priority, but we turn out department heads and commissioners as you're able. We showed a video, gave a tour of a building, visited with the Association of Counties. They typically have some kind of a recap for the things that they maybe have happened in the last legislative session and items that they think are of importance across the state to county government. So I think you've all gotten notice of this. I maybe even sent out a calendar invite to you all. It is not an official meeting, although we will likely notify the media that you all could be in a room together on that day. There are special exceptions for being able to meet through your association that change the rules a tiny bit, but that is what I have for you. Do you have any questions for me?
Any questions for Helen?
Summer, we have parks and road work going on.
Beth thinks she's going to start coughing. So,
Well, we may have gotten out of here just in time then.
yeah, I think we did.
Okay,
Okay, thank you. Being no further business, we are adjourned.